Hello everyone, this is Tessa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the preparation for NaNoWriMo camp and my, I won't call it success with outlining, my experiment with outlining. As I have mentioned before, I am a pantser. I do not outline. Even when I was doing research papers back in high school, I didn't do the outline first. I always wrote that up at the end just to make the teacher happy. All my research papers were A+. I never had a problem writing them, and I didn't need an outline to do it. I don't need an outline to write a book. I am trying an experiment to see if outlining will help me finish a book. But the way things are going, I don't think that's going to happen. This is the second time I did this video because the first one I was practically shouting at the end of it. I was so aggravated at myself, at everything. So I'm going to try to keep this calm. Before I go any further, if you've noticed, I have cut my hair so I don't have that mop all over my head sticking out all over the place. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to do that because going out into public, I have been avoiding it, and all the people in those states that opened up early are now getting sick. So I debated whether to do this or not, but my hair was just getting too long for me to handle. So I went tonight and had my hair cut. Hopefully nothing's gonna happen. Everybody was wearing masks. They were cleaning in between. They had very few people, only a couple hairstylists. There were plenty of room between all the seats. Nobody was close together. So I'm hoping, even when she tried to cut around my ears, I had to hold the mask over my face so they could take the side straps off to do the cutting around my ears. At no time was my face exposed, nor was hers or anybody else in the building. So I feel reasonably comfortable. I go to the grocery store, which is packed with tons of people, and they're in your personal space, and so far so good. So the conditions here were certainly much better. So I'm hoping that, this won't be a mistake. But I had to get my hair done. I just couldn't stand it any longer. Because being disabled, I have a hard enough time washing my hair without having tons of it to worry about and trying to dry it, and it was just too much. So I'm getting off topic here, but I just wanted, in case anybody noticed my hair and wondered about it, I did finally get it cut. So anyhow, back to outlining. I know that outliners swear by outlines. I don't understand that. I'm never going to understand that. I'm a pantser, and I think I always will be. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I did have a milkshake earlier, and it's possible that's still in it. Anyhow, hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. I have spent this whole month trying to prep this outline to use for NaNoWriMo starting July 1st. It's not a real outline in my sense of what I think an outline should be. It's a bunch of points, numbered, but a bunch of points. And, I did put some info in some of the chapters if I wanted to make sure there was something, under each point, in case I wanted to remember something. But it's not really a set outline. I just started typing numbers and putting information next to them because I got really aggravated with the old style of, 1 point and then 2 or 3 points underneath of it and maybe a couple points under them. And That's the way I knew an outline. I didn't know anything about any other kind of outlines. I've seen the people's outlines, like I said, on Authortube, and those people, no, I'm not spending hours and hours color coding. And if I think I'm aggravated now, I can only imagine how aggravated I would be trying to color code a outline. So it's not happening. I am about ready to toss the whole thing and just say, forget it. I feel as if I'm writing a story without any flesh on the bones. That's an outline. And it just seems like a waste of time when I know all this stuff in my head. It's there. Why do I have to write it down on paper to start with, to follow, when I can just write what's in my head? I mean, this whole thing's pretty much in my head. I'm at the ending part now, and I'm not sure how I want to end it yet. And there's a few spots in between that might have to change depending on what I figure out is going to be the final ending. But I can't do this. It's aggravating me so much. I'm getting more anxiety from it than help. I am getting to the point that it's stifling my creativity. I just don't know what to do with it anymore. I also feel like I have to write this whole thing down before I can even start writing, and I'm not sure I'm ready to decide on the ending yet, so that means I can't do anything until I get this whole thing plotted out. I don't understand it. I'm sure the diehard plotters, they think it's great. They have a reason to feel it's great. I mean, obviously it's something that works for them. But for those of us who are pantsers, an outline doesn't work. And it's not, I don't think another outline is going to make me change my mind. So I don't know if the next story I'm going to put myself through this aggravation of trying to outline. Unless something happens between now and the end of July and this miraculous book comes out of this mess of an outline, because right now it's a mess. And I can write, but outlining, I have no idea what I'm doing. And the story's in my head. It's not on paper. Not yet. But I don't see why this extra step is necessary. So I'm trying to struggle through it. I've been doing a lot of live writing sprints, trying to get some inspiration to get me to work on it, because I don't want to work on it. I mean, I'm at the point where I just had it with the whole process. I told myself I would do this one time. I'm not sure I'm going to finish it one time. I'm just ready to toss it all and just do what I normally do. So I've been working on character profiles as well. Another thing which I never thought much about. Now I try to figure out how many main characters do I have, how many minor characters do I need, you know. I have to come up with, you know, ahead of time, I have to have all their names figured out and all the details figured out. And I don't know. Maybe I'm making too big a deal of something that isn't a big deal. But to me, it's a big deal. And so my next few videos will probably be during NaNoWriMo, and we will see whether or not I start with the outline. Do I continue working with the outline? Or do I just toss the whole thing and go back to pantsing my novels? Because, like I said, it's stifling my creativity. And it's nothing more than an unfleshed out story. You write the whole thing out, all the way to the end, the ending. And all you do is go back and flesh it out. And I think it's a lot of extra work. Maybe it's just an extra draft if you want to figure it that way. I've heard other people call it their draft, their first draft, their zero draft, or whatever you want to call it. There different terms I've heard people talk about. But I don't know. I can't seem to work with it. I read part of Save the Cat Writes a Novel. I was trying to get into that, and she mentioned there that she was sure that now all the pantsers were having anxiety attacks. Well, she's right. I was just reading the first couple chapters. I was getting already, anxious, and so this has been quite a trial. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to finish the month out with it or just stop and write the way I normally do. I will make that decision. I mean, I will try to start day one with what I have, and I don't think it's going to be finished because I'm stuck right now at the end, and there's a couple things in between which might have to change. So I am stuck, and normally I would just go back and take away what I knew I wasn't going to use and start from there, and I just don't know. I just hate having to redo parts of this outline because I've changed my idea about something, or I've gone back and just put a kind of note there, well, maybe I'll change it to such and such. I don't know. Maybe I'm going about it the wrong way. Maybe I need more learning on how to write an outline. I know there's plenty of videos out there to watch, and I don't know, whether there's hope that I can change to an outliner, or whether it's really necessary. There are plenty of famous people out there that are pantsers. Why do I have to plan a novel? Why can't I just be a pantser? So that's the question of the day, really, is why am I torturing myself doing something that I have I don't feel as if I have any control over it. And I'm struggling along. I think it's taken a lot longer. If I had been actually writing my story now, I would be pretty far into it. And here I am struggling through an outline and not really getting anywhere. So I will try my best to start July 1st with the outline, but I will not guarantee that I will continue with the outline. I'm not even sure I'm going to get an ending on the outline, because if I don't come up with something soon, NaNoWriMo is going to start, and then I'm going to start writing, and I'm not going to worry about the end of the book at that point, because I'm not going to get that far. I set a low goal because I didn't want to drive myself crazy, because I knew I was going to be suffering with this outline and probably spending time, if I was going to continue the outline, spending time trying to finish an outline and finish up character profiles, because they do take time to think about, and I don't see where all that backstory, or whatever you want to call it, is actually necessary in a lot of cases. Maybe in some, but not in all of them. And I just find myself stuck right now. and very aggravated. So anyhow, despite the down attitude of this Authortuber, I hope that if you've liked my video, that you will like it and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know the next time I post a video. I will try to make it more upbeat if I can. I usually try to post 1 to 2 times a week. It'll be maybe more because of NaNoWriMo, or maybe less, depending on how things go and how I feel things are going. I set a very low goal, like I said, just 60 minutes a day. That's all I put on there because I'm gonna probably be spending a lot of time, you know, with this outline, tweaking it or tossing it, one or the other. So again, if you like my video, please hit like, and until the next time, please be safe. Good night.